Hey, ¿qué pasó, mi gente? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luis Lopez, and today I got a few picks for you to consider for the NBA, and I also have a pick for you for the NFL. But before we do that, let's review some of the picks that I gave you from the prior video. I gave you Ja Morant as an official pick under 25.5 points plus rebounds. I gave you Trey Murphy under 29.5 PRA, both easily cash. I gave you Nick Claxton as an official pick over his 11 points. I told you that I got in him at 10.5. He easily cashed that. I think he ended up at 10. Yeah, he had 10 by the first half already. He ended up like around 15 or 17. And then I gave you Daniel Gaffer. His line was already at 11.5 points. I had mentioned to you that I got it at 10.5 points. He crushed it. He ended up with 18. I also gave you Aaron Wiggins under his points. And under his PR, crushed it. Crushed both easily on the over. Dude shot like 5 from 7 from above the break. Took 7 shots. His first 7 shots, 5 of them went in. Sharpshooters are sharpshooters, and when they're hitting their shots, yeah. Might be a pick I may not go to. The guy's shooting too well right now. So, I thought it was a good pick. It turned out not to be one. Oh, well. I hope you guys did well. I mean, we only got one wrong. So, I did want to mention something. Isaiah Jackson, over his 14.5 PR, which is the line that I got, he ends up 15. So I ended up catching that. I also ended up catching his rebound line at 6. It already had bumped to 7 by the time I showed it to you guys. He cashed his 14 PR. He cashed also his rebound line, but he did not cash his 7.5 rebounds, which had gotten bumped. And he did not cash his 16.5 PR. This is what happened. Huff, I think is his name, Huff, from the Pacers, ran hot, which took minutes away from Isaiah Jackson, and also took usage away from Isaiah Jackson. He should have easily gone over this line. He shot really efficiently, just did not get the normal minutes that he normally gets. So something to consider, something to keep in mind when you're considering Pacers and how they're being used, and whether to take Jackson or not. One thing you can really rely on is his rebounds. If you find his line like a 5, 5.5, and a good rebounding matchup, or 6, he could be good for that, just in case he can get those rebounds and in short minutes. Another early cash out that I did. Check this out. Remember I talked to you about last time about cashing out early? So PrizePicks offer me this early payout. Now I noticed Jrue Holiday was at 0 points going into the second half. I think it was around the 7th minute mark. He was 0 points. His line was 15.5 points. I assumed right away that he was going to easily cash. I start watching the game. Dude shoots like back-to-back threes. He shot like 4 back-to-back threes. 12 points like in a matter of like 2 minutes. And then I saw Jake LaRavia in the second quarter, no points, no assists at all. Plus, this was a bump line from 9.5 to 11.5. And the PrizePicks had offered the early payout, 16 points on my X. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the 16x payout. If Jake hits and Jrue stays on the under, great. I don't care. I'm already taking the early payout. I'm already getting a 16x. I could have stayed and gotten like I think like $900 or something along the line, that or $1,000. I don't know what it was. I forgot. But the point is that both of them chalked. Jake stayed under, and Jrue went crazy and went over. He landed at 18 points. His line was 15.5 points. I'll still take that line once again on the under. He just ran hot, and you can't do anything about that. But the matchup is there against point guards, shooting guards against the OKC Thunders. So I got a 16x. Otherwise, this would have been a complete 0. So I mentioned this again to you, so you keep track of your PrizePicks. If they offer you a good payout, which you think is a good payout, a 6x, a 10x, a 16x, and things are not going well with the other players, consider cashing out. I did. In the last 2 days, I would have lost $45, or instead, I made $900. So, just wanted to share that with you. All right, my friends, let's go into the NBA picks that I have for you. This game, my Clippers are taking on the Phoenix Suns. They're traveling to Phoenix. Too hot in Phoenix. 2.5 point spread. Game total 225.5. From here, I'm going to two guys that are going to be heavily relied on by my Clippers to score a lot. Ivica Zubac and John Collins. With Ivica Zubac, his matchup, underneath the basket, 65%, they rank 16th. Non-restricted area, 35%, they rank 21st. How he gets his points, pick and ball handler, 27%, they rank 20th, great matchup. Post up, 25%, 19th, great matchup. Put back, fantastic matchup, 22%, 30th. Free throws, 13%, 24th, 1.7. 1.7. Now, with Ivica Zubac is the following. When he played him in the last game, he only played 25 minutes. He went to the line 3 different times. His FT attempts is at 3. So he pushed this line at only 25 minutes. In a game that my Clippers won by 27 points. This game, unfortunately, I don't expect my Clippers to win. But based on Vegas, it's supposed to stay nice and tight all the way down to the end at a 2.5 point spread. When Leonard, Beal are not there, Ivica has to carry a heavier workload. Jack Collins has to carry a heavy workload. Bradley Beal has to carry a heavier workload. So because of that, I think Ivica Zubac will be super aggressive underneath the basket trying to score. Now, he has a complete mismatch with Mark Williams. No way Mark Williams will be able to handle Ivica Zubac. And he's not going to have a choice but to foul him a lot. And I said, in 25 minutes, he ended up going to the line 3 times. His line, FT attempt, is at 3 right now. All we need for him is to go to the line twice, and he cashes that. So, with the amount of minutes that he's expected to play, and he's projected to play 31 minutes. In the last game, he only played 25 minutes, went to line, took 3 free throws last time. I expect him to cash the 3 free throw attempts. Ivica Zubac, him being more aggressive with a mismatch underneath the basket. So Ivica Zubac, over 3 free throw attempts. John Collins. I'm going to John Collins over his FT attempts at 4. Again, usage will be really high without Leonard, without Harden being there. In the last game that they played, without Leonard, without Beal, he went to the line 6 different times. He took 8 field goal attempts. He's going to be super aggressive in a good matchup for him too. 51% underneath the basket, 22% right here in the non-restricted area. In the last game, went to the line 3 different times, took 6 free throw attempts. His line is at 4 free throw attempts. Gets to the line twice, he pushes that. High push probability. But I think he could get to the line 3 times to cash this over his 4 free throw attempts. Now, he shoots a little bit above the break, not much, only 4%. But if he happens to get fouled above the break, that's 3 attempts. And then 1 more to the basket, that's 5 attempts. His line is 4 free throw attempts. So I took the over on that. The next play that I have for you is Jalen Green. And it's Jalen Green's rebounds plus assist at over 5.5 assists. Rebounds plus assist. That's the line that I ended up getting. With him, his assist is minus 122 to go on the over at 2.5. His rebounds are minus 182 to go on the over. So automatically, expect to go over assists, expect over to go rebounds. That lands him at over his rebounds plus assist line at 5.5. It lands him at 6. Now, for those that have watched Jalen Green in the past, know that he's super aggressive when it comes down to rebounding, and he also hands the ball a lot. I think there's going to be a nice split usage between Devin Booker and Jalen Green. Jalen Green is expected to play anywhere between 24 and 26 minutes. Enough usage, enough time on the court with Devin Booker to take usage away from Devin Booker. And also enough time on the court to get a good amount of assist, hence why his line of assist at 2.5 is juiced to go on the over. And him being super aggressive when it comes down to rebounding, I know this from the past, he should be easily be able to go with this 2.5 rebounds, which is highly favored to go on the over at minus 182. This line is only available on DK Pick 6. Price Picks never offer, Underdog never offered it because it's too juiced to go on the over. I think they are offering the assist. Let's see. No, they took it down. DK Pick 6 has it. But you can find the rebounds plus assist line at a bump line at 6 on Price Picks if you have no choice but to play on Price Picks. So, Jalen Green over his 5.5 rebounds plus assist over on DK Pick 6 and on Sleeper. A minus 154 to go on the over. Now, because Jalen Green playing, I think it's going to eat into Devin Booker's usage. I'm taking his points plus rebounds as a lean. I put it in a slip, but Devin Booker could kill me easily with this prop. I'm taking a shot. When it comes down to rebounds, my Clippers are difficult. Allowing rebounds to players like Devin Booker. Curry. His line was 4.5. He landed at 2. My Clippers allow the 5th fewest defensive rebounds, and that's what Devin Booker relies on to get most of his rebounds. Okay. His point line is a minus 130 to go on the under. That's available on Price Picks. A minus 130 to go on the under at 28.5, which is, it's telling us that he should stay on the under. I'm gonna add on his rebounds just because of the matchup that he has. So I ended up going with his points plus rebounds at 31.5 because the only line that I was able to find, because everybody already bumped it. But you could find the 32.5 line, which is the one I prefer, over on Sleeper or Underdog. Now, regarding how he scores most of his points, 31% of his points are here above the break. My Clippers ranked 30th. So, soft matchup for him. But he has a difficult matchup when it comes down to pick and ball handler. Dominant ball handlers for any team playing my Clippers. My Clippers defended extremely well. They rank 5th against pick and ball handler. Free throws, they don't allow that many free throws. They rank 3rd. So that's 45% of his points I expected from these two types, which leads to him being favored to go on the under 28.5 points plus rebounds. I'm just adding on the rebounds just because he has a really difficult matchup. So I prefer his 31.5 points plus rebounds on the under. Love the 32.5 points plus rebound on the under. Granted, it is Devin Booker, so he can easily crush this line. But what I'm highly relying on, Jalen Green's taking usage away from Devin Booker. Devin Booker, the ball being forced out of his hand, and him assisting more. Hence why his assist is favored to go on the over on minus 128 at 7.5. I am not taking his assist because who knows, maybe this game turns into a blowout. A complete reverse of what happened the last time when my Clippers blew them out by 27 points. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying his assist on the over. I'm taking a stab at his points plus rebounds. Not one of my most confident plays, but I was looking for an additional pick for you to consider. So that's what I came up with. I prefer the Jalen Green, the Ivica Zubac, and the John Collins props over this Devin Booker prop, just in case. All right, so that's it for the NFL. Let me jump over to that's it for the NBA. Let me jump over to the NFL. Raiders are taking on the Broncos. This game has an 8.5 point spread, 42.5 game total. Broncos are favored, of course they would be. From here, receiving yards. And I'm going over to a guy that benefits from Marvin Mims not playing. Receiving yards right here. In the last game against Houston, he ended up getting 5 targets and 5 targets and 5 receptions for 51 yards without Marvin Mims. Prior to that, with Mims, he got 1 target, 1 reception. Here, 2 targets, 1 reception. Jets, 4 targets, 4 receptions. 3 targets, 3 receptions. Bengals, 5 targets, 4 receptions. So if we count on him getting at least, let's say, 4 targets, although he got 5 targets here. Let's say he gets 4 targets. He's really good at turning targets into receptions. Let's say he gets 4 targets, he only gets 3 receptions out of 4 targets. All right? His longest reception line is at 10.5. Let's say he lands at 10. He gets 2 of those receptions. Let's say one is 10 and the other one is 8. That puts you at 18. 18 receiving yards and only 2 receptions. We expect him to get at least 3 receptions. Puts him at 18. Hence why PrizePicks already has him at 18.5. Douchebags. But you can get this line on DK Pick 6 at 16.5. Or even better, on Sleeper at 15.5 receiving yards. A minus 149 to go on the over. I got his line because I got in early at 14.5 receiving yards. Okay? This line right here is him counting on getting 2 receptions, counting on his longest reception, him staying on there both times. Hence why they go and give you this line of 18.5. That's how they come up with the math. But DK Pick 6, 2 receptions, he can get over this line. And Sleeper over this line, or the line that I got, 14.5. So that's the pick that I have for you from here. RJ Harvey over his 15.5 over on Sleeper or 16.5 on DK. Forget PrizePicks when you can get it over on Sleeper and DK Pick 6. Anything else to consider? Man, I wanted Ingram because the Raiders played a good amount of zone, but his line is just correct at 29. His line at 20, anyone has it at 27, 28? PrizePicks has it at 31. He should be busy. 29.5. 6 out of 10 have gone on the over. Good matchup. Yeah, good matchup. So, if you're looking for something else, Evan Ingram receiving yards, especially with Marvin Mims being there. That's it, my friends. That's all. I'm not going to try to push more picks when I don't feel comfortable with them. All right. I want to touch on something. I did build a membership. I'm waiting for YouTube to approve it. It's a second tier. I currently have a 1 tier, which when you look at the channel, you see a join sign. You could just hit join, and you get the videos 30 minutes before anyone else does. So you have early access to my picks. And then I have one that's a higher tier. That's for the early picks before, and additional picks to the picks that I give on the video that I will be giving out to people. That's the second tier. The second tier, you get everything from the first tier, plus the additional access to my early picks. The first tier, you get early access to my videos, at least for 20 to 30 minutes before the general public gets to see my video. Once again, I want to appreciate those that decided to join me in this journey and decide to support my channel in such a way. And that's it, my friends. You take care of yourself. I wish you the best of luck. God bless you. God bless you and your family. Que Dios te bendiga y hasta la próxima.